At the end of the Marvel event Original Sin, Thor Odin's son was told a secret that made him drop his hammer. Which is kind of a big deal because Thor doesn't just drop his hammer, he loves that hammer.
Put that hammer down.
Yeah, no. Bad call. He loves his hammer.
In this instance, however, he dropped it and then couldn't pick it up again. He was told something that made him unworthy. And here's the annoying bit. It's been several years now, but we still don't even know what the secret was. Odin, who can be a bit of a jerk sometimes, was being a bit of a jerk and tried to lift the hammer as well. Of course, it was to no avail, because, as the title of this video points out, the new Thor is a girl, it's not Odin. However, it's not long until Mjolnir gets a new owner. A woman has taken up the hammer. She takes on the role of Thor and starts kicking ass like there's no tomorrow. Midgard, or Earth as we normally call it, has a new protector. She's not Lady Thor, not Thorette, none of that nonsense. She's the real deal. She is worthy of this hammer, and therefore she is worthy of the name. Initially, Thor is not pleased, but after a quick scuffle, the original Thor, who is now going by the name Odin's son, realises that the hammer has chosen this woman. He trusts her and accepts that she is worthy. Essentially, he passes on the mantle. He admits that he is jealous, but he will do nothing to stand in her way. He wishes to know her true identity, but she leaves before he can get his answer. The new Thor remains a mystery to everyone, including Odin, who of course is predictably furious about this.
Father.
And so, Odin's son gets his detective hat on, and writes out a list of suspects. Then, one by one, he approaches each of them to investigate the possibility of each woman being Thor. Some of his suspects include Jane Foster, Lady Sif, and Agent Roz Solomon. He visits each, but for several reasons he crosses each off his list. Jane Foster is dying of cancer, Lady Sif is still annoyed at Odin's son for the way their relationship ended, and Agent Solomon is pretty busy with S.H.I.E.L.D. None of his suspects seem to have picked up the mantle that he has left behind. Thankfully, after 8 issues of mystery, the reader eventually finds out the identity. It turns out that Odin's son was close, and it actually is Jane Foster.
Oh my god.
Yes, she is still dying of cancer, but when she summons the hammer, it cleanses her body and it powers her up. The hammer's powers are incredible, and Jane is deemed worthy enough to be granted them. The problem is that when the hammer cleanses her body, it gets rid of the chemo, meaning that any attempts at getting rid of the cancer is cancelled out when she powers up. Every time she goes out to kick ass and save lives, she's destroying her own life. It's a great tragedy. There's a fair amount of backlash online from the trolls. They aren't ready to accept this change. It is a big change, but I must disagree when they say it is a bad one. The original Thor isn't gone. He hasn't been completely replaced. What's happened is that there is a new status quo in the Thor comics. I really enjoy reading the adventures of this new Thor. I think it's cool that we have another badass female character in mainstream Marvel comics. I doubt most of the people who have complained have actually read the comics, but for those that have, then fair enough. I don't think the character should be reverted back to normal just for these people though. If you want to read about a masculine, manly superhero, then read pretty much any other comic. If you think this is just an attempt to lure in female readers, then so be it. Where's the harm in that? There are much lazier ways to do that. But Jason Aaron, the writer, has done a great job to juggle the different pieces of this story. I think he's created a fun and clever concept, and I highly recommend that you check out this run on Thor. I also highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel for more geeky good stuff just like this.